Hey guys, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. So if you check my video out from the other day, we pulled about 140 odd shards and we pulled this guy, Fahrakin the Fat, amongst other things. Some legendaries in there, so it's worth checking the video out. But this guy, to be honest, has been the most fun guy I've pulled out of the whole lot of shards. He's super cool. Originally when I saw him released in the patch notes, I thought he would be pretty good, but he's actually surpassed my expectations. He's really fun to play with. Super cool skin as well. Check him out. He's like, his belly's hanging out. He's got a fire poker here in his hand. He's got a whip. He's got fucking chains in his hair. He's awesome, man. Look at him. He's a mean looking dude as well. Yeah, he's super cool. So yeah, let's just go through his kit. This is going to be a quick champion guide on him. I've been playing ever since I got him. Playing fairly extensively with him, so I definitely haven't got him grasped for all aspects of the game yet, but this is going to cover sort of dungeon runs. He's pretty good for wave clears and stuff, and obviously arena, that's really when I want to see him shine. But the thing I'm going to leave out just now is clan boss, because clan boss is going to take a bit of time with this guy. I think he's going to be really strong for clan boss, and I need to take a bit of time to build a team around him to make the use of him. Which is going to take some time. I just wanted to get something out there to show you him in action. So I've maxed him out to level 60. But yeah, so let's just quickly go through his skills. He's got an A1, attacks one enemy 40%, 50 when booked with placed and decreased defense. So clan boss, this is useful straight off the bat. It's useful in a lot of other areas of the game too. We've got Brand of Shame, level 1, attacks one enemy 75 but 100% chance when booked. I've placed an HP burn and 2 poisons for 2 turns. I don't think there's another. Is there an ability in the game that actually puts HP burn and a couple of poisons on? I don't think there is. So, I mean, that is pretty good for clan boss. Again, it's taking away damage. That's what you want. And then his creme de la creme is the beatdown. So this is like probably the best ally attack in the game. I was trying to work it out because Longbeard attacks and it does like 20% extra damage. But this just gives you straight up 30% crit rate and 30% crit damage. The only issue is he doesn't attack. So, but it's kind of debatable. I think this is the best one. Seems really strong anyway. I like it quite a lot to play with. So, attacks one target enemy as well, so you can target who you want to. And he's also got this bizarre passive body block, which I suppose it makes a lot of sense when you see him. Deflects 20% of all incoming damage this champion receives onto allies. This damage will be spread equally across all allies. So again, this actually could be really useful in clan boss, you know, to mitigate damage, spread it about. You could play about with the masteries and have the defender, not the defender, you know, the, what's this one here, selfless defender, that's right. And bulwark as well, I think, is it? Which is the one that yeah, bulwark here, that's it. I always forget where that is. So I'm sure you could do some playing about with him. But again, it's going to take some time to go through the clan boss builds. We'll go through everything else today. So that's the skills. Super cool. At the moment, I've just chucked them in any old gear I had. When I say any old gear, it's extremely good gear he's got on compared to a lot of people. But I could easily get this guy better stats. But what I wanted to do was get this speed up. I've not glyphed any of the gear. It's like 17 speed roll, 17 speed roll here. So really what I'd want him for the arena, which is what I'm going for, is probably over about 300 speed, because then he can be behind my arbiter and then do the ally attack before pretty much every team. I've built Blender before. This is, like I say, this is a Blender comp if anyone doesn't know it. We'll go over that in a minute if you don't know what a Blender comp is, but a Blender comp basically involves using this ally attack here, the beatdown, to just chuck a bunch of damage off a couple of A1s from AoE hitters. If you know what you're looking for, then you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, I'll go through this later in the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. So yeah, I've just basically wanted to get as much speed as I could out of him with relatively decent stats. I've heard he hits pretty hard. I'm yet to see it. I haven't actually booked him yet, so I'm not sure. I'm just kind of getting used to playing with him, but I've heard his Brand of Shame hits extremely hard. So that's where I'm excited to see him in clan boss. So I'm going to book him out, get him statted up a little bit differently so I can get, you know, his base stats are 1.2k attack and 1k defense, which is pretty good actually. He's got enough defense to make him survivable in clan boss, but a reasonable amount of attack so that you can do that up with a crit damage and probably hit pretty hard. But yeah, one of my clan mates told me his multipliers are pretty strong on here, so quite excited to see that. In terms of masteries, I've just thrown him into this route here. This is a pretty safe one because this will cover him for clan boss when I do use him. And to be honest, in a blender composition, you're always just going first. If you don't, you lose anyway, so there's no point in really using any defense tree. I've just chucked him in some more accuracy. Master Hexer, because if he's putting on those debuffs, then he can extend him at least, and a bit of Sniper as well. Lower Steel to get some more speed out of him, because you want to try and, if you can try and chuck any of these debuffs on the clan boss and get an extra one ticking, that's always a bonus. But yeah, that's how I've built him. So he's got, at the moment, he's actually got a flat HP chest piece on. I don't ordinarily keep these, but I can't remember why. I was rolling it up to see if I got the quad speed roll, and I left it and I came back and I hadn't. But I decided to keep a couple of flat stat pieces because they're actually quite useful for certain champions. So I just chucked this on him just now. Like I say, I've got 20, 30 plus speed pieces anyway that I could chuck on him and make him even faster. I think I've got a quad roll speed piece here. Looking for attack, crit damage. Yeah, it's just any old gear just now just to get the speed, but we will do it up later. But let's go ahead and have a look at him in action. What we might do first is, before we go into the blender composition, let's see him in action in some dungeons, because he's actually pretty fun there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take his boots off. He's going to lose that attack, but it doesn't matter. Just to get him to the right speed. I think that's about 228, which is what we need. That's perfect. Right, so here we've got him in the Dragon's Lair. So let's see. This is just for wave clearing effectively, and this is just a test, just to see what you can do. But using them very similar to the way I would use a Seer. So I'm going to reset the abilities with Kaimar, Lydia for defense down and weaken, and this here, I suppose I should probably go through this before we do anything on this video. So the blender composition I'm going to be using with this guy is the most common one used. If I can find them. So we're using a Skull Crown here. So Skull Crown and her partner in crime, Sinetia. Basically the same skin. So if anyone doesn't know, these two kind of give each other bonuses if they play together. They're not that relevant here. The main thing that's relevant is they both have AoEs on their A1, and Skull Crown attacks all enemies and places an extra hit if they have more than 50% HP, and as long as you time it to make sure that Sinetia always hits last on the ally attack, which you can do by the placement of your champions on the starter screen, I'll explain that then. She does the same, but the opposite, places an extra hit on enemies with less than 50% HP. It's a really common team, the blender sort of composition, but it's pretty cool. So my guys, they're built up pretty well, to be honest. I think I've got 5.7k attack on the Skull Crown and 320 crit damage. The beauty of using Fahrakin is that you only need 70% crit rate, similar to Cold Heart, because you're getting that extra 30% crit rate. So that's kind of what we're going for there. And Sinetia is the same, I believe. She's actually more, 76, 3.5 because she's got a lower base attack. Her multipliers are very good in her A1 though, so she does hit hard. Only 252 crit damage, but that is because we're running her in a Savage set, which makes a massive difference actually. I could probably have chucked my Skull Crown in an extremely good Savage set, but at the moment I've got my ethos in that and I don't want to change him because he's like my top arena build at the moment. So I could easily be using more damage with this, but this is fine. I've got Cruel here, which is giving me a little bit, 5% ignore defense and a bunch of crit damage. In terms of masteries, it's the same for both of them. You're looking for a bunch of damage just straight off that first hit. So stuff like Ruthless Ambush, Single Outs. No, sorry, Bring It Down. That's a good one there. You get Helm Smasher, definitely. That's what you want for any of this kind of stuff. I'm not actually getting much out of that. I think I just put that in there for no reason. But the difference of putting with Skull Crown and Sinetia is Skull Crown's going first. So increased damage for targets under shield buffs by 25%. That's a massive multiplier, by the way. And then if you go into Sinetia, I have not given her the shield thing because she's going to be going last, so chances are they're not going to have any shields. So I put this one on instead, which is increased damage inflicted by 5% when attacking with full HP. So she'll get a bonus as well. She'll also get that Ruthless Ambush bonus. Yeah, she gets this is kind of the masteries you want to try and get the most amount of bonuses. 6% for attacking targets with higher max HP, which they all will be. and I've just chucked a bit of resistance down for nothing. The beauty of this build as well is that neither of these champions need speed. So as you can see, 111 speed and 119 speed. So this is why this is going to be useless when we actually get to the boss. But what we want to do is just test how well this will wave clear. So let's just go for it. So this is how I run my seer teams anyway. So I go A1 with Kaimar and then basically auto. Boom, we got through the first wave, that was pretty strong. And then Kaimar resets. Boom, down, beat down again. Look at that, guys. That's pretty good. So he can blast through the waves pretty well. That was fun. The problem is now we've got to the boss, and yeah, this is where I will actually have to spend the time to build Fahrakin up a little bit better in terms of actual damage. This was just a video to throw together and do a nice quick champion guide on this guy, but I think I'm going to chuck in him some decent attack, chest piece, some crit damage and all that kind of stuff, and see what can actual... Because look at that, his A2 hits really hard by the looks of it. I mean, I have like 0 decent gear on this guy, no crit rate, no crit damage, and he hit like a truck there in his A2. So yeah, look at that, it really does hit pretty well actually. But we might actually end up killing the boss in a reasonable time here. I think Kaimar's doing a lot of work with the poisons. But that ally attack, yeah, I think in Clan Boss this guy's going to be an absolute beast, to be honest, guys. Especially with that A2 hitting as hard as it is with like terrible stats on him. Because I think if yeah, he's definitely based off attack for his damage. Okay, so it's going to be a slow run, guys. I mean, we beasted through the first 2 waves. So I suppose if you're struggling, this is a team you can get through the waves with. What this might be good for, this might be good for Doom Tower, but I think Seer's always going to be the better choice because she can do infinitely more damage. So yeah, we did 1 minute 41, which is pretty reasonable. Again, let's look at stats. Yeah, so stats are not great here. 51% crit damage, crit rate, and 132 crit damage. Like I say, I've just gone for a bit of speed. I mean, even here, really, I've just basically I've taken off the boots as well just to make sure his speed was right. So I could definitely fine tune this to be much better. So who knows, he might be actually quite useful. Let's go and try him in Fire Knight actually. Let's see how he does there. Right guys, here we are at the Fire Knight. This is going to be quite interesting to see if they can get through these waves actually. So what we're wanting to do is have Senesha go last, and the way this turn order works is you've got your leader, and then this guy will set, that's your ally attack, and then that's the way the attacks will follow. So you want Skullcrown going first, Kaimar, and Senesha. So Senesha always going last. So let's see if they can do this. So we A1 with Kaimar again, then hit auto. Boom, we got through that wave. Wow, that was nuts. So can they do it again? Oh, I mean, look at that, it was really close. Okay, so yeah, he's legit, guys. That's pretty nuts. I mean, you could stick like a Big Gun in here, Scartosis. There's tons of AoE, A1 AoE champions that you could actually put in here. I'm definitely going to have to try them out. Especially Big Gun. I've got a good Big Gun built up. I could actually try him out there now. Problem is Senesha synergizes quite well with Skullcrown as well. There's no chance I'm actually going to beat the Fire Knight guys though, so I'm going to back out. It was just to see if we could get through the waves. Right guys, so this is the one I've been waiting to try anyway. I really want to try him out in Arena in a Blender comp, so this is where it's going to be getting quite interesting. So let's go ahead, let's get a team here. So we're in Gold 4, we're kind of just creeping up to Plat, so I'm going to start off in Gold 4 because this is where this team should be really strong, farming Gold 4, and I should be able to kill all these teams pretty easy. And then we'll work our way up to Plat and we'll try some Platinum runs and see how they fare in Platinum. But I've got high hopes for this guy. So this is the way you want to set up the team in a Blender comp. You've got your speed lead here for your boost, and then you want your team attack champion going in this slot. Then it's here, and then your final champion is the one in this slot. So Skullcrown here in the ally attack will always go before Senesha, which is what you want. So if it works, it should kill it in about sort of 2 or 3 seconds. Boom. Oh, boom. That's how it works. Easy. So, I mean, that was always going to work. This is a fairly easy team. Okay, this is still not a great team, but that Warcaller, this new Void person, is actually pretty tough, so it'll be interesting to see if they kill her. Yep, no problem at all. I mean, these are fairly low level enemies, so... Okay, here we've got one. A bit of a Duchess might be a bit of an issue. She's actually pretty tough in this. This is an AoE, so it'll be interesting to see if they can get through the AoE shield, because Duchess decreases the damage taken by all allies from AoE attacks by 25%, which is pretty nuts. And if she gets the Veil on, it's even worse. So what I'm going to do is I might manual this and I'll target. Let's actually target Duchess. Boom, easy. Obviously, Skullcrown doesn't die because of the ability, but we've got the exact same ability, so it's no problem. Wow, that is pretty good, guys. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and work my way up to Platinum now. We're 400 or 500 points away, so it's not too hard. This is going to show you how easy it is to farm Gold 4 with a team like this, though. So let's just go in. You literally just go in and click auto, and it does everything. It's super easy. You just have to pick your fights. The only issue is Tormund. Look at that, crazy. Tormund teams are a bit of a nightmare because you're putting on those buffs. It can freeze all your team. What you can do to combat that is put all these guys in immunity gear, but then you're losing out on all the stats. So to me, this is just one of those teams you pull in when you need to. There's no real way to make a one-size-fits-all blender team, I find, because if you put them in immunity gear, they're just not going to do the damage to take out these kind of top guys. Here we go. But yeah, that crit rate and crit damage is really coming strong here. It's a pretty strong composition, this, by the looks of it. Boom. Right, you get the picture. I mean, it's pretty easy to farm with this team. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to work all the way up to Platinum, and then we'll start the video again in Platinum and see how we do there. Right guys, we made it with a bit of grinding all the way up to Platinum Arena, so let's try them out in a few teams here. Ran into a few hurdles along the way. Obviously Tormund kills this team stone dead, mainly because you're putting on buffs from Arbiter, you're getting turn meter increase, and you get a couple of buffs from Fahrakin himself. So unless you put them all in immunity gear, which I think you would negate the damage you need to actually kill people at this level. So I think that's kind of pointless. So Tormund's definitely out. This team's really good against Foley teams, actually, which I ordinarily struggle with my other team, so that's always fun. It definitely struggles with the real high-end sort of heavy defense resistance teams, just to get through that initial shield. Where it shines, it takes out sort of Rotos attack teams pretty well, things like this. So let's go into a few games. As long as my Arbiter's faster, I win these games, basically. I think my Arbiter is about 366 speed, which isn't like the best at this level of Platinum, but it's pretty good. But I do get outrun by the sort of top guys. So this looks like a Platinum team that's not like crazy high level, so this should be easy. This should be an easy one to take out. Yep, that's just a wipe. Let's look for something. So what about this one here? Hopefully should be able to take this one out. Chris can be pretty tough at this level, but we'll see what it's like. He's got a decent HP anyway. Boom, take them out, easy. So you can see if you pick your battles with this team, you can do pretty well. Here, this might be quite a tougher team. Obviously the Skullcrown's going to live. What can it do? It's going for Raglan, is it? Oh, boom, it took out... We'll see the Valkyrie survived quite a bit there. Yeah, a tough Valkyrie might be quite an issue, actually. You've got a little bit of a comeback here because you can still do some work. Okay, we got defeated there. That was not so good. So obviously Valkyrie is a bit of an issue. Let's have a look for some other stuff. Oh, we've got this new person here. That's quite an interesting one. What does she do again? Yeah, she looks pretty cool. Let's go for this team here. So Duchess can be an issue at this level. Boom. Yeah, it seems to be Valkyrie. Valkyrie is proving to be a little bit of an issue there, but it's fine. But we're still taking out some pretty tough teams. The other one that's actually a point to note is Hegemons. So at Platinum level, you're going to run into a lot of these Hegemons, which is a big issue because he's going to hit that block cooldown skills. But the beauty of this is what you could actually do is if you had just enough like amazing immunity gear, or that new gear from the Scarab King that had loads of speed rolls on it, you could basically just slap Fahrakin in that, and then it doesn't really matter if as long as he keeps his skill up, because your other champions are just going to be attacking with their A1s anyway, so it doesn't matter. So you could potentially, if you had him in decent immunity gear with good speed, you could pretty much take on most of the hegemon teams and beat them with this comp, which is pretty cool actually. Double Duchess, Mortu and Arbiter, that looks like an interesting team to try and defeat. I don't know if we'll be able to kill both the Duchesses with this, but we'll try. But this is just a test to see what she can do. Yep, the Duchesses were an issue obviously. See if we can kill them in round 2. I would doubt it, to be honest. Nope, not quite. Gonna get the other revive. See, this is where I don't actually have Fahrakin booked, but it would be quite handy if he was booked here, because then he could actually come and do his ally attack again and actually kill them. See, his ally attack would probably come now, I would think. Come on, come on, come on. And it's obviously my champions are very slow, so it's going to take forever to come around to do their AoEs again. Yeah, he would have done his ally attack now and hopefully should have killed them. So yeah, I'll book this guy up and it should make life a lot easier. So as you can see, we're doing some work in Platinum here, guys. Let's just have a go at this. This is going to be a disaster, by the way. This is like 4 unbelievably tough champions that I'm not going to be able to get through. And especially the fact that Siffi's faster. Well, you know what? We did a lot better there than I thought. We took out quite a lot of their health. If Siffi wasn't faster there, I think I would have actually won this. Well, I might still win. Oh, this will be upset at this entry if this team beats this team. Yeah, I think I'm definitely need to book Fahrakin anyway to get this extra attack in. Okay, we're going to lose now, but you get the idea. That was pretty close, guys. Siffi was faster than me, which didn't help. We'll do a couple more for good measure. Here's a team to make myself feel better. This is Platinum, but this is a Platinum beatable team, which is good. Sorry if you're watching this video and you're seeing me wipe that out. So anyway, guys, that is Fahrakin the Fat. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think this guy is a really, really cool champion. If you pulled him this weekend, congrats. Definitely one of the better, if not the best, ally attack champion. I don't actually have Longbeard, but I've seen him used a lot, so I kind of know what the score is. But this guy's kit is really cool, and I do think he's going to be really, really strong in Clan Boss if someone can build the team around him. So that's going to be the job for the next few days. I'm going to play about with the Deadwood Jedi calculator, which is awesome. Definitely plugging it here. Muck about with that, see if I can get some speeds right, figure out a decent team to put him in, and see what work he can do. I think this A2, like I say, is going to be hitting like a truck once I book it up. Putting on all the debuffs you want. It's just a pity you can't get... Obviously, that would be way too overpowered if you put Weaken down as well. But if I could put him in like a Bat Eater team, but the problem is you're losing that Weaken, which is going to make it an issue, you know. But if you could get him in a Bat Eater team and you were getting Weaken from somewhere else, that would just be insane. But alas, but it might just be worth putting him in for the beatdown every 4 turns, you know. See what speed I can get him to. If I can get him insanely fast, then if you're getting enough beatdowns in, that's a lot of extra damage. So, but anyway, guys, I'm blabbing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Starting to build this channel now, so it's been a fun ride so far, and hopefully it's only onwards and upwards. Any comments below, please leave if you want any videos done, if you want to tell me how good you think Fahrakin is, how bad you think he is, how cool's his belly, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's it, guys. Have a great day. Peace.